Hello, friends. Today we are going to be listening and reviewing these directions prior to your discussion post. You are going to make a response in our discussion post answering the question, how would you prevent Rome from falling? So when you click on this this assignment from our agenda, you're going to make a copy of this document. So when you make a copy, you're just going to make a copy here, and you're going to use this to guide you. So what you're going to do is read and watch these directions, type your response, make sure it has proper structure and no errors, copy and paste your writing into the discussion post on Canvas, and then you're going to respond to two peers with proper sentence frames. The goal is to engage in conversation. When we're having a discussion, it's not to prove people wrong. It's to come up with the shared understanding. You're trying to understand that person's point of view. You're not pointing out errors. You're not doing any of that. You're having a conversation. We'll go over that in a minute. First thing I want you to do is you're going to pick a theory to analyze. We've learned about all different types of theories. And you are going to use evidence on that you've pulled throughout this few weeks. You can use the Fall of Rome activity, the simulation we did in class. You can use the independent questions that you answered, and you can also use the breakout room documents that have evidence already pulled for you. But remember, you want to go to page 46 and make sure that your sentence stems, as far as citing, is cited properly with the author's name, if available, or website name, etc. You're going to use your ACES template to create your original post, and then you're going to use a peer response template to reply to two people. Now, this is an example of a template you can use if you're unsure how to begin writing, answering the questions. So you can go through and read this part. Now, the hardest part that we can always use to improve on is this explanation, this analysis part. Really describe specific things you would do to eliminate the actions that occurred during the fall of Rome. You want to be very specific. Don't generalize. Don't say, well, I would fix that. Well, how? What methods would you take? So what would you do that would cause Rome to remain intact and successful? You're going to explain in detail. Don't assume your reader knows anything. Give them as much information as possible and spell it out. You're going to write your response on this slide. And I put the ACES resource here for you, as well as our Thinking Like a Historian skills. If you need to start asking yourself questions in the analysis, like what could you use to help support your argument? You're going to type this here. And the reason why I want you to type this here is so you can eliminate spelling errors, etc. Once you're done typing this information, you are going to copy it. So if this was my paragraph response, I would copy my entire paragraph, and I want you to color code. So just like we have here green, to make sure you have all the pieces, you're going to have green as your topic sentence, and you're going to have your evidence, and you're going to have your analysis and your conclusion sentence or your summary. And remember, I want you to color code. And of course, I'm just abbreviating these, but you would actually write that. Now I'm going to put yellow. Yellow's hard to read, so I'm going to make my writing black, but I'm going to highlight the yellow here. And then red, you want to make it, change the font. So pretend this was my writing. Then I'm going to copy and paste it over to the discussion post. So I would do that by hitting reply, and then I would post here. Okay. And then underneath, you are going to read others, and you are going to respond to them. But when you respond, remember, you are looking for strengths in their argument. And one suggestion is to look at this tips for commenting in discussions. It talks to you and tells you, okay, First, you want to compliment the writer in a specific way, something that you appreciated about their post. You want to add new information, make a connection, and end with the question. So when you're adding new information here, I want you to go back and look at this discussion frame. Tell me if you're adding to this idea, if you agree with this idea, then you're going to use these ideas, this here. You're really saying, yes, you're adding that information, you're building on it. And then you are going to also decide, do you agree or you disagree? We want our discussions to be like little mini professorships, like you're in college having these great discussions. You want to make sure that you edit and revise your work as well and make sure that it is clean and it looks good. If you notice a red line, that means it's misspelled. So you want to make sure you change that. That's why I suggest typing on this document. Once you're done with this document, you can, you don't have to turn this link into me because I'm going to see proof that you completed this activity by looking at your ACEs writing. Is it color-coded? Are your responses to peers done in a way where you have complimented the writer, you've added new information, you've made a question, you've made a connection, and you ended with a question? So take some time to look through this. The point is to continue the conversation with that person so that you are having, just like if we were to have a discussion in class. So I look forward to reading all of your responses. Keep an eye. I'll probably be commenting here and there. I look forward to your conversation. Have a wonderful day and happy learning.